Alright guys, we're back again doing another episode, going through my hinge likes. Alright, so remember what the deal is. We're trying to find girls who have good personalities, interesting girls, maybe they got some fun hobbies. We want to find girls who seem virtuous, seem like they're decent human beings, that they're women of value, and we're not caring about the looks at all, because that is shallow and women don't do that. So we're gonna take that same high road. Looks don't matter. So we're not gonna we're gonna try our best to not focus on that. Okay. You may remember some characters from prior episodes that we've done. You know, some infamous figures as well that we're still, well, I may have accidentally misclicked on some of them and that they unmatched.
If it wasn't for that provocative video, I would have took her, and the bed already lost its legs, so it can't be damaged any much further. So anyway, let's hear what she had to say. I actually didn't listen to her voice message, so let's give it a listen.
Oh, that's so cute. You should take me out for a walk.
No. We're gonna keep Ume around for future episodes. Just because it's just too good. It's just too good. Okay. Then we also have Vicky, recurring character from last time as well. She's 5'7", so at least that from a eugenic perspective is ideal. But I mean, I think it's fair to say we're kind of disregarding eugenics when it comes to this one.
I may have accidentally done that, but it's besides the point. Anyway, let's go through some of these, because you have to be below 8 to actually start matching again. So, okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, this is Olivia. Let's see, Olivia. One of my prompts says something like, let me show you my profile. Very neurotypical, as you could see. Very normal. You would not be able to tell that I'm as autistic and neurodivergent as I am. It looks very normal. And I also really need to update these pictures. I think I look a lot better now because I've leaned out. But two of the girls that I'm currently seeing, and I've been seeing for like 8 months or 9 months or so, I actually met them through Hinge. And I have a feeling they check my profile, like to see if I'm making any changes or whatever. And the dynamics are going so well right now. I really don't need to rock the boat. But if something does happen, like even the littlest disrespect occurs, I probably will just adjust the pictures on here, and that should put them back in place. Anyway, as you can see, very neurotypical, looks like a very normal guy. You would have no idea that this is Julius Perceiver, the fucking retard autist. You would never know. And that's exactly how you want to come across. Not saying much, very simple prompts. Don't say a lot, it's not needed. And as you can see, I'm also not leading with any money. You never want to do that unless you're sub 5 and it's your only option. And you then have to go into those dynamics knowing the deal. And there's a lot of nuance there. We'll make a whole video on this eventually. Subscribe. But if you could generate some desire, definitely never lead with money. Try to hide that, even if you have a ton of money. And then eventually they're going to find out, and it works in your favor. Like, it becomes synergistic. But if you lead with that, it's never going to be good. They're going to be coming after you for the wrong reasons, for the beta desire aspect, not the alpha desire aspect. Remember, watch that video on dual mating strategy if you haven't already, understanding beta and alpha. You don't want to be leading with money ever. Okay, now let's get started. Okay, so one of my prompts, as you saw, was I like girls who speak another language. So she says, I'm learning American Sign Language in school, and I'm trying to learn Italian and Spanish. If that counts for anything, I like to learn. I said ciao. I love that. That's really all I said. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. All right. All right. Let's just see if we get a fast conversion, you know? And I will follow through with these, okay? If they are actually going to convert, I will follow through. You might say I postpone and delay some of these. You know, I'm just really busy. I got a lot of work to do, making videos for you guys. But you have my pinky promise. I will follow through, even with Ume. I will, because I understand I could only put these off for so long. Anyway, let's see if we get that fast conversion, you know, tonight. And I'll update you guys in the Discord. Anyway, I don't even have time to. I have to go. Okay, we'll see anyway. Out of curiosity. All right. This is okay. Oof. All right. Let me try to think of something witty. That'll suffice. Let's see. This is one that I sent a like to, it seems. All right. Olivia's responding right away. All right. We're not gonna. Oh, wait on that. All right. Are you religious? This was one that I liked. So this was me clocking in hours when you guys were not watching. Yeah. I must have had a second to myself when I was on the toilet or something, and I opened up the app to kill some time, and I saw this I mean, that's not what matters. That's not what matters at all. I like that she said my simple pleasures were cleaning other people's rooms, baking, painting, discussing extremely obscure topics and insane topics. Yeah, like, I love that. There's no other reason, like, guys, even though this was after hours, like, she just seems like super, like, a great personality. 5'2", I know a lot of you guys are going to condemn me for that. I know, not very eugenic of me. Yeah, if I had a male heir first with her, he would be cooked, to say the least. But let's hear.
I've actually had multiple therapists tell me that I should have a podcast because the way that I tell stories is very engaging and funny, and that I'm just like a personality. So yeah, they would just be getting paid to sit there and like listen to me tell jokes about my shitty life.
All right. I don't got anything to say about that. Okay. She said, are you religious? All right. You know, what's the right way to approach this? All right. That should suffice. I could tell what kind of girl this is. Yeah, that'll work. All right. Next one. She liked that I was interested that they speak another language. I think this was one of the girls from the prior episodes. Not too interested in that language, if I'm being honest. I don't know what. Yeah, I do remember. I do recall this one from the prior episode. Yeah. All right. That's 6, so that should be fine. Let's start going through these likes, all right? All right, so first we got Kat. All right, Kat. We got a little height mod going on here. Oh, I see what's going on. She's using the oldest trick in the book. Now, I would say this is not a sustainable strategy, but for men in particular. But for women, they could probably get away with this because men are just so desperate anyway. But obviously, we know what she's doing here. Her friend is a little bit more attractive than we're not caring about that, but I'm just pointing out, some things. Her friend is a bit more attractive than her. She might have the better personality. We're gonna find out. But yeah, she's leading with this photo strategically. Make no mistake. Now, I would not recommend you do this as a guy because if you do this with one of your good-looking friends, by the time you get into the chat section, even if you got a match from that, they're gonna figure out it's really your bum ass and it's not the fucking Chad friend in your picture, and it's not gonna convert. But then I guess you could say, well, it helps your ELO score overall and you get more exposure. So I don't know. There might be some decent strategy here. But yeah, I know from a mile away what this little clever rat is fucking doing. All right, anyway, I go crazy for men with slutty little glasses or a mustache. That would not be something that a woman of virtue would be articulating, especially on a dating app. I don't like the way she's presenting herself right away. Yeah, not a fan. I'll fall for you if you can tell me the last time you read a book since high school. Okay. Weirdest gift. I also never fall for that shit, guys. Like, obviously, yeah, that's just like trying to weed out the really retarded guys, the really retarded guys, as in the ones who are dumb enough to think that intelligence is actually going to create alpha desire. Anyway, weirdest gift I've ever given or received: a toilet bowl cleaner. All right. You guys in the Discord will know I gave a very unique gift once to one of the girls I was seeing. That's Discord exclusive lure, though. If you know, you know. But yeah, I'm not a fan of this. Not only did she use a very deceptive strategy initially, very, very deceptive. She knew what she was doing, make no mistake. This was not, oh, I'm just putting a picture of me and my friend. No, sweetheart, you know what you were doing. So yeah, this one is very likely to be deceptive. And on top of that, she's men with slutty little glasses. Like, that vernacular is quite literally fucking disgusting. What a bad start. Anyway, next up we got another one. She likes that I'm interested in girls who speak another language. By her name, I can probably guess what language this is, and I don't think it's going to be Italian. We'll get along if you agree to hop bars across 3 neighborhoods on a Wednesday, like it's the most normal thing in the world. I don't think this is the typical hobby of a woman of virtue. So not off to a great start, if I'm being honest. 27. You know what? We're going to try to also not focus on age so much. I think height is the one thing that we're going to say, like, is okay to discriminate against because I'm looking out for my future offspring, But then I guess you could say, like, facial harmony then too. All right, we're overcomplicating this. Let's just stick to the program. All right. 5'2", yeah, not ideal for my future male heir. Yeah, that nigga is gonna be fucking fried. Holy shit. Yeah, I would not. That would be bad. Teach me something about your favorite sport, and I promise to actually pay attention. Like, okay, fine. Worst idea I've ever had: thinking a hand poke tattoo was a chill way to ease into getting inked. All right. Oh, this is like retarded. Why the fuck? Why do you do this? Why the fuck do you do this? Like, I understand. Like, these are just like the best friends. Like she has absolutely no desire for these guys in the picture, but nonetheless, it's still absolutely repulsive. Like, no exceptions. It's just fucking retarded. Like, why do you do that? Why do you post a picture of yourself with other men in it on dating apps? Like, it's so fucking stupid. Fucking idiot. Anyway, next up, we got Valentina. All right, wait a second. Remember, guys, I got a good eye. You know, I will admit, I may have been fooled before, you know, once in a blue moon, you know, when it was really laid out, maybe, you know, a long day, maybe some substances were involved, and my phone is spinning, and there's a really good Facetune on her, and like very particular angles. Like, I may have fucking slipped up once in the past. I mean, who hasn't, right? But I do have a pretty good eye, at least if I'm sober, like now. I am suspicious of this one before even scrolling down, but let's see. Nope, I was wrong. I was being overly skeptical. Although I will say it is better to be overly skeptical than the contrary. Okay, guys, it's better to be overly skeptical. Yeah, like, am I the only one who's tripping? I mean, like, when you see height 5'3", I do kind of trust it too. This is an interesting pheno for Colombian. One of the girls in the context guide, she's Colombian. That's Bella. Yeah, I like Colombian girls a lot. I like all Latina girls a lot. I think that's like, I wouldn't say my ideal, you know, partner to have a kid with, but in terms of just pure desire, yeah. Anyway, let's give it a read. Look at me already like disqualifying her for no fucking reason. Green flags I look for: can make me laugh, doesn't take life too seriously, but still shows up when it counts. You see, this is a good start. Okay, you like to see this. This seems like a good woman. All right. 5'3", not ideal, unfortunately, but we're going to try to look past that. She's looking for monogamy, but one thing I don't like is she put above it, figuring out my dating goals. You want to see a woman who's saying like she wants long-term commitment, marriage, or whatever, you know? Figuring it out, I don't know, but it could be an act of desperation more. It could be more just like because she's not getting results with that. So we won't overthink that. All right, the way to win me over is effort you don't have to ask for. That's another thing, guys. Like, don't be fooled into thinking you should take what these girls say at face value. Because when they articulate things that they want, they genuinely believe they want these things because those are things aligned with the beta aspect of desire. They will articulate those things because it's true. Women like both beta and alpha, like a combination for them, but beta isn't relevant to sexual desire. And that's what you want to make sure you have for you know, starting a dynamic, unless, again, you are sub 5 and you have no choice. But when these girls talk about things that they want, things that they like when they say they want a guy who puts in effort, they do want that, but they're not turned on by that. Does that make sense? That's the beta aspect of it. So, like, if you're trying to engage in a long-term relationship, then you will occasionally have to show some of that beta side as well. You're going to have to, like, put in effort for her birthday. You know, like, you're going to have to spend that $15 on that box of chocolates, you know? And if you're really feeling generous, then maybe a Godiva box of chocolates. I don't know, that might be pushing it. But I think you guys get the point. Let's keep going. That's a topic for another day. I'll fall for you if you can make me laugh and plan good dates. Yep. Vulnerable side, cat. Yeah, honestly, there is nothing I can complain about this one. I think we're just going to play it safe, though, okay? We're going to play it safe. All right, this one also likes that I'm interested. That's a really good prompt, it seems. That one seems to do well. Speak another language I'm interested in. I bet this girl speaks Spanish. That's my guess. Mel, okay, let's find out. Uh-oh. Never mind. Okay, no, we're good. All right. sometimes when there's like a couple things missing, my adrenaline spikes a little bit. Anyway, this year I really want to go to a concert, looking for someone to join me to the Palm Tree Festival. Festival girl, not ideal. It's cute that she wants to go with someone, I guess. It could genuinely be just about music. You know, it really could be. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt for now. Oh, this is not good. Yeah, you don't want to see a girl compensating like this. So when a girl is like showing her body in seductive ways like this, yeah, this is not something you want to see. This is not something a woman of virtue would be engaging in. And let's say hypothetically you're in a relationship with a girl and she posts something, maybe not as scandalous as this, but borderline, right? Borderline. So it might not be grounds for you to just leave her right away, because if your girl posts something like this, you should fucking leave right away. I'm just keeping it real with you. But if it's something more on the border, you know, it's a tricky situation, because if you address it, you come off as insecure, and it's going to really hinder your dynamic a lot. But at the same time, if you just allow it, it's like, that's not good either. So I feel like a good strategy, if you really need to address it and you want to see things through with this girl, as a last resort, you could consider asking her, like, why do you feel the need to compensate here? You look beautiful. And she's going to say, like, what? It's like, yeah, like, why are you compensating with a seductive pose? And then just leave it at that and never talk about it again. That might be the most strategic way to go about it. But if she's posting something this scandalous, just fucking walk away, bro. She's not yours anymore. It's over. If a woman really desires you and really, really likes you, she's not going to be taking risks like this. And that's why also it's important that she's not comfortable, no matter how high your SMV is. If she gets too comfortable over a long period of time, we talked about in that video, the science why females cheat. The more and more comfortable she'll get, she'll start putting herself out there like this, little by little. And yeah, trying to test her market value and all. Anyway, not a fan of this. Unusual skills. All right, so this girl is, you know what? You know what, guys? I've articulated this in prior episodes, okay? Women who are congruent with who they really are, they get a pass. And we know we're going to keep them recreational use only. But, yeah, it is kind of refreshing when you see, like, they're just upfront with it to a degree at least. I mean, oops, sorry, my finger slipped, guys. Whoops. Whoops, finger slipped again. Yeah. All right, come on. We're back in character. Enough fooling around. Get back in character, all right?